what's up, guys? Hi, I'm DZ. So, today we are here to learn about the HTTP server, also known as a virtual hosting server. Yeah, I know this sounds little trivial, but trust me, it's not just about the HTTP server we're gonna learn today. We're also going to see how to host multiple websites with the same IP address, and also we will check how to configure the SSL. So, without any further ado, let's directly dive in.
So for that we're supposed to install the httpd package. So mfmy install httpd. So if you have seen my previous videos, all of this is getting downloaded from my local server, which is the local yum server which I have configured. Please do watch my previous video, you will have the idea of how to do. So now yes, we have installed httpd. Now let us see if it's running. Let's start the service first. systemctl start httpd. Now Firefox 192.168.2.2, which is my IP address. It's running. This is not the website which I want you guys to see. So now anyway, let's create a file. Touch index.html, move index.html to var/w/html. So this is a location where our site, everything in the application is stored. So now let us configure it. Let us write some basic HTML so that we can check if that's getting representation. No, let me not make it big one. First site, no, as I said, let's do. If you want to see if there is any syntax or anything that's wrong, all you have to do is type this command httpd -, this troubleshoot. So if it says syntax okay, then you are good to go. But yeah, this will obviously show. Let me show you. Firefox 192.168.2.2. We should certainly show you. Anyway, actually there is something that I have to tell you. Sorry, there is something. This is a good thing about SELinux. It shows you if there is any other issue. No problem. We will add that to firewall. Now leave that. We are here to configure a virtual host, which means it has to change this IP address. Obviously we will not be using the IP address in order to access a website, so we need to have a domain name. For that we will have to configure the HTTP configuration file. For that, nano/etc/httpd/config.d, you will create your custom custom configuration here. So I'll name it as virtual server.com. Now here let us configure virtual host, accept connections, this is a basic configuration. So that document, this is why it couldn't fetch from this particular location. So name, this is where we give our domain name, which is www.virtualhost-a.com, and server admin will be root at 192.168.2.2. So this is pretty much the simple configuration that you have to do for the server to take this particular directory, this particular location. I mean, for it to search where our web application is located. This is the basic configuration. Also, now we have mentioned our domain name. It does not directly resolute from the IP address to the domain name, because that's the work of a DNS, and we still have not configured the DNS. So the next step would be configuring the DNS, which means you will tell it that resolve this particular IP address to that domain name. So for that, all you have to do is mention your IP address here and say www.virtualhost-a.com. Now the DNS is also resoluted. Let us check if there is any issue with the syntax or anything. So just click. It's running perfectly. Let me restart the service. systemctl restart httpd. So perfect. There is no error. Firefox. If there is something error, probably that's because of the firewall. Okay, let me check. You can see this symbol, which means that our system is being actually monitored by the SCLNX. You can search online what is SCLNX, or probably will make some video about what's SCLNX in later. So now what is that? www.virtualhost-a.com. I'm sorry. Yes, I think this is probably because of the firewall. So let us configure the firewall. Firewall cmd permanently add service is equals to http. Okay, so now let's restart the httpd server again and open the Firefox. cd slash /http/ls. So that was because of the firewall that was preventing us from accessing website, because it is our website and it does not know where the hell this thing has come from. So it is a good thing. Anyway, I will reconstruct the firewall again. It's all just that we have to configure firewall in such a way that accepts incoming and outgoing connections. We will talk about such level of administration later. But so first we have our website ready. Now, like I said, we want multiple. Actually, you can even do it some other way, but I'll show you. Okay, let me set this to 1 and configure something in here itself, so that you do not probably have to face this error, which is that document, which is just saying that this is the directory you have to consider and allow something var/www/html/directory. This is probably fast and confusing, but trust me, just follow up for some time. You will understand it where we are going wrong. Troubleshooting is how you learn things, so please do not worry about breaking things and learning from them. It's all. And yeah, there is one tip I'll say. If you think you're going to mess up something and all, please do not forget to take the screenshot, which is screenshot is nothing but it's like a restore point. If I wish I could show you. so there's some issue. I'll get back to that again. I have to restart my machine. So this is where you take the screenshot. So take a screenshot. Do not hesitate to take. Oh, that's great. So take a screenshot and you can revert back to it so that you save anything that you modify before you do anything. Alright, before you mess up, just take a screenshot. That's really good and a good practice so that you can restore anything that you mess up in the virtual machine instead of reinstalling all the stuff again. So now let me say set and force 1, yes, and the firewall. We added the service. It must it has already been added. Reload. Okay. And let us see if it's working in Firefox. It's just some messing things around so that troubleshooting stuff. If you can really find what's the issue, then that's how you do things in the production environment anyway. Let me turn on the firewall because it has been annoying. It's the SE Linux that has been doing that. Second source. Zero for now. Anyway, let us stick to the agenda. So we're going to create the new the other website, other virtual host with the same IP address. So there's nothing special you have to do. Just go back to the configuration, add another configuration. With the same IP address. Remember, the root directories for both the sites will be different. Only then it can differentiate. So this will be HTML to consider. You can name anything. Server name www.virtualhost-ssl.com. Server admin will be the same. Root at 192.168.2.2. Alright. It's okay, we can give, or this is not mandatory, but it's better we give. These are some sort of subdirectory permissions. How can we access into internal stuff, or who's allowed to get into internal stuff, or something as such. We will see in the secure servers. During securing those servers, that time we will probably discussing all of this, so do not worry about it. This is just administration without the security as a priority right now. Stick to the channel so that we can just follow up things. I will also be mentioning previous time. So now we have created the other host here with the same IP address. We are ready and good to go, but still do not forget that we have to map it in the DNS, which is the host. So same again, 192.168.2.2 www.virtualhost-ssl.com. Let us restart the service. Systemctl restart http. So everything is fine. Firefox. Now let us go for the other website. I'll show nothing will be displayed here, and moreover we do not have the directory also. We do not have the directory by mistake. So let us create the directory mkdir/var www/html2. So touch index.html, move index.html to html2, cd info h2 SSL website encrypted. Thank you for watching. h2. So we'll map this into index.html. Cat index.html. Yes, we have that. Oh, okay. Anyway, whatever it is. On that case, there is no file in the h. What did I miss? I missed what again. Okay, let me copy index.html to //html and there's my code. Yeah, right. So now I just did not do anything. Anyway, you will see right now. So now we'll restart the service restart. Okay. Firefox. So we have two websites running on the same IP address. But what about HTTPS? So even that's not a very big deal. All you have to do is change little configuration in the config files, and also before that you will have to install two packages, that is vm-y install more_ssl and OpenSSL. Once you install this and configure your configuration file, you will have to generate a certificate and a key. This certificate and key are verified, and then you are very much good to go. So before I do anything, I'll generate the certificate. So for that I'll say OpenSSL request certificate from this point for my nodes and for the days of 365 days of I need a new key of RSA 2048, and please key out as virtual.key, and certificate I want out as virtual.crt. So it should generate. Yeah, it is generating. Do not have to give any of these details, but anyway. So we have these two certificates right in here. Move move virtual.crt. There is this location. You will anyway mention it in the configuration file. Sorry for that. TLS and its certification. So you have a directory called as certs. So you're moving the certificate. Virtual certificate, just see the extension, just see the path. You will anyway configure this path in your configuration file. Now again move virtual etc/pki/tls/private. This is the key where we store our keys. So we are clear so far almost. Now all that thing left is we have to edit the configuration file, which is etc/nano config.d/virtual. Now here you make simple changes. Engine on SSL certificate file is located in etc/pki/tls/search/virtual.crt. SSL certificate key file /etc slash pki slash tls slash search private slash virtual dot key. Certificate file slash etc slash pki slash tls slash search virtual.crt ssl certificate key file slash pki slash tls slash private slash virtual.key. Let me check if I made any mistake, because I've been making a lot of mistakes at this point. I hope I really haven't done anything today wrong. Okay, alright. So also remember to change this, because it's 443, and also firewalls cmd permanent add service https. So systemctl restart httpd. If there is no error, it will work exactly how we thought. Yes, there is no error as far as I see. Yeah, we also have mapped things. Let us try. If everything goes good, that's perfect. virtualhost-a.com. Yes, it's perfectly working. I'll tell you why this potential risk and all. Let me check if the other side is also working. www.virtualhost-ssl.com. Yes, both are working perfectly. Alright, let me show you the error. Websites prove their identity via certificates. We know that. That's the SSL encryption. Firewall does not trust this site because it uses a certificate that is not valid for this thing, which means, also see the error code, Mozilla PKIX error self-signed certificate, which means we have generated the certificate. This is not a certificate that has been issued by some international organization or reputed organization. Okay, let me show you the details of the certificate, then you will probably understand, because everybody can sitting home can generate a certificate which you cannot trust on, right? So now you see there is no company name, from whom it generated, who is what, everything. You just have the key, you just have fingerprint, everything is good. You also have everything is perfect, but there is no such thing as, you see, there is no company name, there is no legitimate company name. If you search for this error, let me show you. I will probably tell you this. It is self-signed, indicates the website are trying to reach out using a self-signed certificate. The browser cannot trust from whom this particular thing has exactly happened from. Yeah, I hope you understood, right? We have created the certificate, we are the only one generating, and I potentially can give this certificate or assign the certificate to anybody who's. I can just give some connections here right away. Somebody has to maintain a static IP address and they have a website running, and what I'll be doing is dumping their website into my CentOS server and mapping the host and configuring the file and generate a SSL certificate. By that itself I can become an industry. I can just be an SSL certificate provider, server hosting company, everything. But there should be some standard, right? Which means that we have self-signed, we have, you see, we used our OpenSSL stuff and created our own website, our own certificate. So that's what it means to say I cannot trust this because you have created this website. Now you just simply can accept this and go. It will permanently, I mean it will take the certificate. Okay, fine, I'm taking this. So the website is encrypted, now SSL encrypted, and that's all. We have seen how to virtually host a website. Firstly, we hosted a website from our local host, I mean which is our IP address. Then we have resoluted it from the local, or I mean sorry, the IP address to the domain name. Once the domain name was working, we could see that our website was live from our server, which had no issues, which is HTTP website. Then we generated multiple websites from the same IP address. After that, we modified both to have an SSL encryption. So this is the whole package of serving a website and till making it SSL encrypted. So I think we're clear. Please do like, share and subscribe to videos for more of such Linux administration stuff, and we will further be looking into many other topics as well, including security, of DevOps, any of such things in further, probably even development or anything else. So please do let me know in the comments if I have to change anything. And this is my second video, so please pardon me, I'm just trying to get adjusted with the YouTube environment anyway. Thank you for watching, and please be careful, stay safe. Bye bye.